in our current setup, we actually do need to take a quick break where we're getting a call regarding the stream. So we will be right back.
All right, guys.
To continue coverage. Thank you guys very much for tuning in, and we'll be here probably in about 30 or 40 seconds just to go over everything.
Absolutely. We'll have everything set up for you guys. We'll get ready into top 16.
So thanks for tuning in. Be right back. And we're back!
Woo! Yeah!
Yeah!
So we got some interesting news over from Gen Con. Looks like Sean Hindman, his opponent, wasn't going to be able to show up this morning, so he gets a bye in the top 8. So our first top 8 deck is a blue Ginyu deck.
Yep. So,
and Sean is actually one of the people I would say who's favored to win the tournament. So that's actually great to see him move into top 8 and
yesterday
just one step further.
Yeah, when he was on stream yesterday, the only thing that we saw him do that I recall offhand was a questionable move involving a blue neck beam where he forgot to use it. But overall, it was. I mean, he played very, very well. We do again have Thomas there, table side to help maintain game state. As far as rulings, Richie and Ake will be on hand and very accessible today. So
yeah, there will be a judge at each table.
We're going to have some very clean games throughout this morning and afternoon. I do want to say though, thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure that you spread the word that we are now live. We put it out there on Facebook and Twitter and all of the social media. I sound like a 100-year-old man right now.
Yeah, actually, I don't know what his opponent was playing. They won't announce the.
Yeah, we don't know what
the decks
deck
per person
until
until after the first round or the top 16 is paired, because they don't want people to. Wow, these red shoulder grab and blue betrayal promos
these
the top
promos
16 are getting
incredible.
Are awesome.
Wow, those are so pretty.
See if I can. 1 second.
Yeah, we're going to try and grab these promos so that we can show them to you guys, because they are really good looking.
Give me just 1 second. I'm going to throw it on the stream so you guys can see it.
Yeah, bear with us one moment.
It's not going to be the prettiest thing, but
we want to share this with you. No,
that's fine.
All right, bear with us one moment.
Let's see here. Where did they go? I think that's it right there. Yep, there they
Yeah,
are.
look at those. Look at how pretty those things are.
All right, so this is the promos that the top 16 are getting. They're getting 3 of each, which is fantastic, actually.
Yeah.
One of the things I was really worried about is not getting
a playset of these
yeah,
promos.
that'd be really frustrating. Having to track that down.
Oh, my. So, yeah, there's your top 16 promos. Those are...
Ooh, Black Krillin. We're seeing a Black Krillin and a Black Ginyu game coming up for our first round.
Black Krillin and Black Ginyu for the first round of top 16.
And you're going to see, I think, why Krillin is the dedicated call to go to take on Ginyu.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm pretty much I'm very much looking forward to where this is going. Bear with me one moment. I'm just moving stuff around.
Right, here, let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and cut over to the player cam, make sure our names and anger and everything is working out today.
So here's a play area. As you can see, it looks like we've got someone repping ApexHobbyShop.com. So that's going to be interesting. And we've got Joey Walter on the right and Brian Stakowitz on the left.
Joey, again, was the person who went undefeated yesterday.
Yeah, Joey,
he actually won the die roll, so he'll be playing first.
It's going to be good. We're, of course, trying to... We recognized yesterday that there was a bit of a visual issue as far as identifying players. So we wanted to make sure we provided an opportunity for you guys to have that info improved. Bear with us one
It's
moment.
like they're shaking hands and getting ready to go into it.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to do everything we can to track anger. Honestly, if you see what's on the screen that's called out, it's different than what it should be at the game state, let us know. But we're obviously watching the same stream you are, so
yeah,
we're going to be trying to do everything we can here.
So here we go, guys.
Looks like they're just shuffling each other's decks. So this matchup is one I think that people expected to see, honestly. Black Ginyu is a go-to choice, and Black Krillin is the safest choice in black, in my opinion.
I think that is absolutely the case. I think Black Krillin is only marginally less safe of a choice than Black Ginyu right now.
No, I would disagree. I think Black Krillin is the safer choice over Black Ginyu.
Well, especially in a format full of Ginyu, I think Black Krillin is actually a pretty reasonable choice. So that does check out. At this point, we're sitting here and we're waiting for the okay to go from Ake. He's going to be chiming in. He is actually the one officiating on our feature match table. So this is going to be real interesting. Brian, of course, rocking a custom Vegeta playmat. Actually,
he's been ready.
Drawn on. These guys are ready to rumble.
Looks like we're just waiting for the go-ahead to start the round. So looks like he's identifying what dice are what right now.
Yeah. Just
so we can see. And I'm guessing that token is going to be the active player.
That's going to be your active player token. I'm certain of that. Looks like they've got everything delineated on here. So this will be good. No, they did not. They did not grandfather for the no-show, which is interesting.
Yeah, they can't replace the players after the top 16's been announced because they would have had to have done that last night. The guy would have had to be up front hey, I can't make it today.
Yeah.
And then maybe number 17 would have been able to come, but
Yeah.
that was not established until this morning, from what I understand.
Yeah, it looks like it wasn't even. It looks like we didn't even know that he was not going to be present until just a few moments before the tournament got there. Basically, a player check-in. People were not here.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, and he might still show, but I'm confident that one of his friends, I think, told Hake that he wasn't going to be able to make it.
Whew. This is going to be a really, 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 really interesting match. So let's see what happens here. Again, it's Brian Stachowicz with a black Ginyu deck versus Joey Walter piloting a black San Diego Comic-Con Krillin, which I don't think surprises anybody. That is
the go-to choice when it comes to black Krillin.
When they showed that promo, and then the new one came, and then the starter personality came out and had an anger listed on it, and the Comic-Con one didn't, and then they elected to keep them separate cards. I knew immediately that was I bought like 10 of those things just because I was like, it's going to be relevant. Not gaining anger is going to be really relevant on that card.
Looks like they're about to write something for the stream to see.
Oh, they're about to say hi to us, guys. No, I think that's just Brian taking notes. Oh, hashtag Tampa from Joey Walter.
I'm so glad that they used a dark pen this time and not like a light pencil.
They used, I mean, yeah, somebody needs to equip them with white paper and Sharpies for any time they want to show us anything on here. So Joey's going to pass and discard, and it looks like he's ditching a blue corruption.
Yeah, blue corruption off the top.
And then
it's his deck out of, I can't see where his deck is. He's keeping it on the side.
Yeah, his deck is not in shot. So his discard pile is
So we got a pass rejuve here with a black declaration.
I know this is a strong showing from the Tampa Bay scene. Those guys have 3 people in top 16.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic.
That's really, really good. I'm very impressed. Thank you very much. Yeah, we tried to make that cleaner and easier to read today. So thank you for the comment and the compliment for that.
All right, so his black,
his
deck actually
is on. Oh, it's a stealth. It's a stealth.
It is actually very hard to see. I see that now.
Yeah, I see it now. Wow, that's intense.
As we're moving into combat, Brian has called on him with a stare down. Wow, this looks like a very poor hand for. Ooh. Getting 2 non-combats. I mean, obviously, Black Smoothness Drill is never a bad card to have, because you can always ditch it to your master if you have to. But most of the time, it's worth taking the beating and getting it out on the field.
You usually rather have that on the board.
So we're just waiting here for him to make his decision on this stare down.
All right, here we go.
All right, looks like he selected that. We're going to move in here. Normally, yes, you're just going to start with Krillin's power here.
Joey leaving no questions. He has used Krillin's power. He taps it for 1 Krillin mana.
Yeah, we don't actually know where Brian is from. The only thing we know about Brian is that he did make that playmat for his new baby that's being born. It's his lucky playmat.
Really?
So that's the only thing we have.
That's awesome,
Brian. Currently, we're just waiting for this to kick up a little bit.
Joey Walter with the stealth sleeves on the Apex Hobby Shop.
Yeah, the black sleeves and the black mat, I tell you what.
It's wrecking me every time.
I bet you that is not his Apex Hobby Shop mat. I believe that Apex Hobby Shop is probably asking us to rep them as well.
Oh, really?
I would assume so. It was there when the stream was set up before the players were there. So
No, I don't think so.
and you can double check, but
I think that Joey brought that mat.
taking a look here real fast. Ginyu is using his power. We still have zero anger across the board. I'm kind of interested to see what he's going to get here because he knows it's immediately going to be taken away. Okay, Apex is Joey's sponsor.
Yeah. He's the shuffling try. The Black Declaration is super relevant for Krillin in this matchup because Krillin normally is able to interact with Ginyu fairly easily at this point. But right now, having Black Declaration and Krillin's power is super relevant.
Absolutely.
He did connect with Nappa, basically preventing him from using his Declaration, but all that Joey has to do is use his match straight. And
it'll trigger Krillin's power.
Yeah, it'll trigger
the
Krillin's critical
effect.
and from there, the Black Declaration is then open to interact.
I will say this is an interesting decision to do this way.
I mean, Nappa's really your biggest ace in the hole against another black deck, and he's gone and made him very vulnerable right now. So he's opening up at this point with Intercepting Barrage, which is devastating when it connects, because that attack does not, like, it just...
Yeah, it looks like this is a very similar build that we are playing currently with our Black Krillin.
Yeah.
Black Foreshadowing is just so powerful.
It's just Joey appears to be playing a somewhat passive version of the Krillin deck. I mean, that's basically all you need to do. It looks like his deck is mostly foil too, which is
with a sponsor like Apex, that'd be extremely easy to pull.
I would imagine that Rob probably hooked him up a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because. Okay, so Brian pulled the crit out before grabbing the Nappa, which means it pretty safe. But I mean, it just basically keeps Nappa on board for a turn because there's not much he's going to be able to do to help slow that down. But he is going to. You have to get that incremental advantage against the Black Krillin deck when you're playing a Ginyu list against it. So basically, getting to the point where he's able to limit that interaction there is important.
Yeah, Smoothest Drill is definitely really powerful here. And the thought is here that, I mean, all he has to do is take Nap out of the equation and he opens up the ability to end combat and to move another ally off the field when he comes in.
Additionally, I don't know if you can see there, but Joey has a Black Declaration, a Black Power-Up, a Black Smoothest Drill, and I'm trying to remember what that Black Mischievous Drill, actually. I'll go ahead and pull that down for now, help you guys out. There you go.
It's really hard to see their names now. We'll just do that as best we can.
Actually, I believe that is a Raising Drill.
Wait, what's the question?
No. No, it's actually not. It's
Black Mischievous Drill, I believe. No? No, actually, that's correct. Erasing Drill is disgusting. Yeah, Erasing Drill is absolutely super powerful. Yeah, that is a black mischievous drill on the table right now. Yes, that's
Chad trolling me from the comments.
See, I even called it, and I was like, "Is it not?" I'm confused now.
I was like, I don't know. Did I miss a thing? Oh,
what an interesting hand.
Apparently, the judge had to come over and advise Brian to remove his sunglasses because they were reflective. So sunglasses are important. All right, here we go. He uses Krillin's power. He's going to take the stage and the life.
Yeah.
So one.
A racing drill looks like a Frieza, like holding some pink ball or something.
Frieza's shooting a death ball, I believe, because of it racing.
Wow. I am impressed. I did not know anyone played that card anymore.
That is an interesting use of that card.
Yeah, that's one of the cards that we have actually taken out of our Black Ginyu deck. Not to say that it's not a good deck, or not a good card. It just feels like there's more now.
Yeah, it's he's gonna get in. He's gonna grab some cards, and this may actually be one of those things that helps push him over the top because I imagine he's probably going to go for Declaration, right? Or maybe Destructo Disc. Destructo Disc, I think, is the better of the two gets, but he's just trying to get a feel at present for what is in Joey's deck.
Oh yeah, he's definitely just memorizing the list right now. He's not doing anything else.
It's always important to take an opportunity like this to make sure that you know what tools your opponent has to interact with you. Because if you don't, it's true. Joe Lewis does chime in. The judge with the sunglasses removal was definitely the fastest removal in Dragon Ball Z. You can't have reflective sunglasses. Just not acceptable. So he's going to take that. Okay.
That seems correct.
Yeah. I can get behind that.
Gain some stages. He's reading it because the card hasn't been used in forever. Asking for a rules clarification. So if anyone was wondering, this is you get to search your life deck for a non-opponent or non-event or non-attack card event and place it into play, or excuse me, and play it. So essentially, he's going to look at Black Foreshadowing. They're going to count up his discard pile, and they're going to mill equal to that. He'll gain some stages from it.
That's definitely going to help put the Ginyu deck ahead because that's what he has to do. He has to absolutely. It's like the old question in any card game: who's the beatdown? The Ginyu deck very clearly is the beatdown in this situation. But plus, by getting that with Disorienting Blow, it denies Joey the opportunity to later use it against him. And the black deck is not great at recovering its allies from the yard because its only tool to do that is through overpowering attack.
We're just changing some colors here real quick, guys. Make it easier for everybody to read it because we had some people at the con who are unable to read the names.
I think you can do an outline too.
That's fine. I just want to do this. All right. So what we're looking at here is a standard black. I mean, it's going to be almost an attrition-based battle between the two of them. They're going to hit each other a little, hit each other back.
Unless the black Ginyu deck gets a really aggressive hand. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much profit for Brian in stopping that foreshadowing from coming back later in the game.
Yeah, we will announce all of the wins as we get them. So Thomas Ingalls on right there officiating some of the games over there. He's maintaining the game state. But he will be giving us all that information as it comes available. You guys will know exactly what your top 16 and top 8 results were. We already do have one announcement for those of you just tuning in. Sean Heineman is in top 8. His opponent was unable to join this morning for the top 16, so he gets a bye essentially into top 8. And that's not going to hurt him in any way. If you guys understand the structure, it's literally single elimination from top 16. So
we don't know yet what the drop deck was. We'll know shortly. We'll try and get that information for you guys a bit sooner because we've been told that we're going to get all that info at the end of this round. I think right now the people running the tournament were also judging it, and they're trying to make sure that they're able to be by the feature matches to officiate them.
This is just a poor situation all around right now for Ginyu because, I mean, he's stuck with the wall breaker, and he's very low on power stages, so him moving up levels is impossible at this point. And one of the things you'll notice is that Krillin absolutely doesn't care about allies, and Ginyu at low power stages, no cards in hand, no drills, no setups to back him up. This is a really, really rough spot for him.
I mean, yeah, this is a situation in which the black Ginyu deck has to simply be a black aggro deck with allies to supplement it, as opposed to an ally deck with black cards to supplement it.
Did he enter with Frieza in his hand? He was just called come down.
Joey just dove in and used the Destructo Disc. Ginyu's at no stages. I think having Krillin's power for later is absolutely safe because you're able to, at that point, control any allies. But when Ginyu's in a situation where it has to play an ally at a time against a black Krillin deck, it is not in a good spot.
Absolutely.
It is a significant uphill battle for Brian. And I think that if this continues at this pace, we're going to have Joey Walter advancing on black Ginyu.
Yeah, I mean, this is what Black Krillin does. I mean, this is textbook Black Krillin. It will get a hold of the early game, basically set up a demoralizing position for your opponent, and then continually attrition you out with those foreshadowings, those Krillin's Destructo Disc, which it's not hard for them to get those back on the top of their deck with most of the builds.
Yeah, it does a really solid job of keeping everything moving forward there.
And I can see Brian is probably a little stressed right now in the situation that he's in. It's hard to have any sort of advantage against Krillin when he's got that smoothness drill out right now and you're at very low stages with no allies.
I think one thing we're seeing is that Joey appears to have a more aggressive Krillin list than the one that we've seen.
I don't think that's accurate.
You think this is pretty in line?
Yeah, this is absolutely in line with the addition of a Chibius drill over a racing drill.
I think he's actually, according to chat, some Tampa locals have said that he's actually got he's actually gotten a racing drill as well.
Okay, I mean they're both very powerful in their own situation. So
I think, and I think it's good to have that toolbox. I think there's a lot of merit. I think it is harder to mise a card in this game just because you're not seeing as much of your deck at all. But the rate at which you draw cards is actually pretty high. I mean, you're seeing 3 cards a turn.
Yeah, and this is just unfortunate. Krillin's just hitting with every attack this game.
Yeah.
This is actually one of the things that you don't commonly see with Krillin. He usually is trying to kill you through other means, using Destructo Disc that's unblockable, unpreventable, foreshadowing, cycling corruptions to remove the top cards, taking apart your hand. These are the things you're used to seeing with Krillin. He's had to do none of those to advance his board state.
Well, and one advantage I think Joey's got is Joey has done an excellent job this game of recognizing the momentum that he has and moving forward with that. Basically, he's done just a wonderful job of recognizing that he has an advantage right now.
Oh, he's pushing it every chance he gets.
I mean, that's really what you have to do in this game because the damage that you do throughout this game, the way that you win is by dealing life cards of damage. And inherently, to some degree, that denies your opponent resources. So if you're able to get those hits in, That's absolutely acceptable.
And one of the things that really sucks for the Black Ginyu player here, honestly, is that Black Ginyu uses a lot of energies, and quite a few of the Black energies cost quite a bit of stages. So you're talking, three cost energies when you're a PUR of 2 and you're stuck at 0 with no allies. But if he did just pull a Jace here, he's still going to be unable to use Ginyu's power if he gets called on this next turn, which he most likely will. Yeah. Just because he needs to continually push the advantage.
I don't know if you guys saw it from that angle there, but Brian is very, very low on life cards, in case you haven't been following that. Basically,
still anger 0.
He is not in a good spot as far as that. I think they're getting a deck count.
Yeah, I would say he's probably around 15 to 16 cards at this point.
It's looking bleak, and I think Joey is in a much better position.
Middle of the top 3. This is absolutely unfortunate. He is correct, though. He should be waiting. If I were Joey here, I would probably be setting up my turn win here. Looks like that's what he's doing here. Corruption, Destructo Disc. That's 7 unpreventable damage. That's more than half of his life deck after he mills from this Dragon Ball 7.
Yep.
This is just textbook right here. This is the reason that Black Krillin is so strong, because Ginyu is so popular.
Well, here's the thing. So we established that Brian had about 15 or 16 cards left in his deck. Brian just drew 3. He's probably not going to pass at this point. So he enters combat, and he has 13 cards left. And Joey's already accounted for 7 of those cards.
He has to pass and rejuve. That hand's just
actually, Joey's already. So he had 15 or 16. Dragon Ball 7 hit. Now he's got.
Yeah, we definitely call combat here.
Yeah, I mean,
this is going to be the last combat.
This is definitely going to be the last combat of the game.
1,
he's
2,
draw
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 cards.
So he's drawing 3. Destructo Disc will hit for 5, and then he can Corruption, and he'll be down to ending combat.
2, 3.
One of them was Dragon Ball 7, it looks like. Okay. Chooses to enter with kick. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Just no stops for him either. This has just been unfortunate.
Yeah, DBZ United, you are absolutely correct there. I think the angle of attack you want in this matchup is to hit them with the Dig Your Grave early. He's going to Blinding Energy move right now.
He's going to discard. Did he stop it? We have Anger 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first Anger.
We did it.
We're working on our anger counter at the moment. It's not actually registering for some reason. Okay, there we go. Oh, I see. Interesting. We will have it taken care of here in just a moment.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I know. Okay. All right, there we go. We have got it resolved now. Let's go ahead and bring that down and this one up. There we go.
Huzzah!
So unfortunately, this is just too little, too late for Brian. Potentially, I mean, he'd have to hit. Looks like Joey has a very, very full life deck of about 30 cards at least.
Yeah.
Gets rid of Wall Breaker. Chooses not to take the Dragon Ball. That's a very interesting decision. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. There has been a shortage of I'll Dig Your Graves, and I think it's solely because the people are having issues getting play sets of them.
I think that, yeah, I mean, Chad and I were talking about this yesterday on stream. I think you and I spoke briefly about it. That card has not shown up in a way that I was anticipating this weekend.
Well, also you got to look at the decks that we're playing. It is in most of the orange Ginyu decks that we've seen.
It's in most of the blue Ginyu decks we've seen.
Because it just eliminates a combat. I mean,
yeah. Basically, I don't know, it's been in the Ginyu decks, but...
That was a big misplay by Brian.
Yeah, that was...
To crit there and not take the Dragon Ball, I mean, even lower the anger.
Oh, he gains 2 anger. He's at 1 anger now. He's at 1 anger again. We did it.
I believe this is kind of almost the point where you just Destructo Disc and win the game. I don't know what he's waiting for.
Yeah, I would say that's probably accurate, Gunpowder. It literally just sets you up for some disgusting combats if you're trying to be an aggressive deck. Dig Your Grave, even if you don't intend on using the leveling aspect of it, is extremely relevant in its secondary effect.
Oh, he did Energy Web. You are correct. You are correct. Sorry, I was fixing the anger at the beginning of the combat, so... Black Energy Web, again, a very strong card. If it hits, they can no longer perform energies, very similar to Black Defensive Bursts.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a terribly powerful card. And I think we'll just see him call combat and Destructo Disc here. Actually, he can't even make it. Yeah, only 2 cards left in the deck.
There we go.
And there it is.
So we have Joey Walter advancing to top 8. Brian Stackowiz is out. So we have a black Krillin taking out a black Ginyu to move on. So we know that we have a blue Ginyu and a black Krillin advancing to top 8. As far as what we've got going forward from there, we will try to get an update on that for you in just a moment. Bear with us one moment.
So we have an orange Ginyu, a blue Ginyu, and a black Krillin so far in the top 8.
Orange Ginyu, blue Ginyu, black Krillin.
Can I have the notepad, please?
That seems great for the the black Krillin. Gonna be honest.
So what are your guys' predictions? What's going to win, knowing the top 8 deck, or the top 16 decks so far?
Yeah.
And that was kind of a textbook game, in my opinion. I don't really feel like there was ever a situation where the Ginyu player ever had a chance to win because the Krillin had 2 turns to get set up over him. And that's one of the things that we pivoted to Orange Ginyu on. Orange Ginyu doesn't give the Krillin deck a turn or 2 to set up.
That is true.
Yeah, we're going to be working with Panini to have all that information available for you guys. We'll, you know, if we don't post it up originally, then Ake will post up the top 16 deck list, and we will definitely be doing a featured article.
Yeah, we will do an article on the top 16. Absolutely.
We'll also be having the coverage and everything.
Yeah. If you weren't able to catch yesterday's coverage, it is now up on YouTube. There's a YouTube playlist which I'll be posting on the Next Level Z site later today. Additionally. It's broken up a little weird because the way that Twitch exported it, there's one 30-second video in there. But yeah, it actually is ordered so that you're able to watch through the full, 10.5 hours of coverage that we had yesterday. So, yeah.
Let's see here. I believe that Brandon Maupin, if I'm looking at the standings correctly, is the person who was not able to make it this morning against Sean.
Get confirmation of that.
Yeah, I'm getting confirmation on that right now, but I mean, just based on the standings.
Oh no, I'm so sad. It's Wheelo versus Slug right now, apparently, in the top 8. In top 16. So basically, one of those two awesome decks is not going to make it through.
Okay, so we're getting word it was the other Black Krillin deck that didn't make it this morning. So that's unfortunate. So we only have one Black Krillin here to show. That's really, really unfortunate because I would love to see this deck.
I think Black Krillin is probably is insanely well positioned right now. Given the meta that we've seen develop today, it does an excellent job of beating the established decks. It does struggle a little bit against some of the jankier, less expected decks.
Yeah, but all you have to do is win your first round and you're playing against your deck's matchups you want.
And that's the thing. It's the sort of deck, in any tournament format ever, it's very difficult when you're in a game, when you're in the tournament, to lose your first round going in with the top deck.
Namekian Slug has been eliminated.
Oh, man.
We're getting all the updates as you guys are.
Yep.
Slug lost, unfortunately.
So we're looking at Wheelo, Ginyu, Blue Ginyu, Orange Ginyu, Black Krillin, and then we have 4 more to go. As far as top 8 goes, bear with us. We will get that information to you guys.
Was the blue or the black Wheelo?
I believe it was the blue Wheelo. That's what I've heard.
Looks like one of the other Black Guineas is about to lose to McGrath playing Blue Ginyu.
So blue, it looks like...
Can't count it out till it's over, though. Ginyu has such an explosive power.
I mean, literally one good combat, unless it is horrendously lopsided at that point in the game, we'll see what happens.
We'll be seeing... this was just because he deserved it. Going 8-0, you definitely deserve a feature match.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a look and we're gonna get you the most high caliber match we can next round.
So we do have word that it's TJ playing Orange Ginyu versus the Red Garlic. That was who was playing Red Garlic yesterday? I'm trying to remember.
Red Garlic. Let me look back at my notes.
Red Garlic was
Red Garlic. I don't know. You guys didn't take notes for this round.
No, we
Black Garlic, Red Junior, Alec Rudin.
Alec Rudin, yeah. So it's Alec Rudin and TJ right now. So we will come back to you guys momentarily with an update about what is finishing. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, but I do want to say thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll be right back, okay?
All right.
After these messages.
go ahead and bring this back because Joey's talking to you real quick. We're still working on getting some other things lined up right now.
Alrighty.
Wants you to design a card. We're going to go back to advertisement while we get this figured. Hey, everybody. He's doing that dance thing he does.
I don't know why I dance, but sometimes I just have to.
So
My hair is insane
we
today.
have the top 8 deck lists, or the top 8 decks, excuse me. And we're about to find out who our feature match will be. But right now, I can go ahead and announce to you that I don't have the names just yet.
We know our top 8 decks, though. We
We have 2 blue Ginyus,
I don't know why
1
I'm
orange
doing that.
Ginyu. So there's only 3 Ginyu decks in the top 8. 1 black Krillin, 1 blue Weelo, 1 red Garlic, 1 blue Krillin, and 1 blue Piccolo.
So it's a pretty diverse spread. I'm actually thrilled with that top 8.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Blue is absolutely 5 of the decks in the top 8, though.
All right. Oh, here comes some info on pairings as well. We have blue Ginyu versus black Krillin. We have black Ginyu versus blue Weelo. We have orange Ginyu versus red Garlic, and we have an important phone call coming in.
So we're gonna have a blue Krillin matchup versus blue Piccolo. McGrath playing blue Piccolo and Mungan playing blue Krillin. So we're gonna get that all set up for you right now, guys.
Okay. All right. So. All right. Cool. All right. Later.
So. All right, we're going to go ahead and cut over to that in just a second as they start getting set up.
Oh,
got a lot of phone calls coming in. So
yeah. So
we're going to go to an advertisement real quick while we get to speak with Ake for a minute. Hey!
Whoa!
Yahtzee! So we have Philip McGrath on the
left.
Oh, I totally screwed that up.
Wait.
Hold, please. No, I didn't hit update. Sorry. There we go.
There we go. Phil McGrath on the right.
Our camera has moved.
Jeff Mongan on the left. And looks like we have Phil rocking a Ron Paul playmat, and Jeff also sponsored by ApexHobbyShop.com. Apex Hobby Shop is apparently the pinnacle of gaming.
So yes, this is called a win and in right here. I mean, if they win, they are making it into Worlds.
That means they get prizes. They get a chance at designing a card as a prize for Gen Con. They get qualification for Worlds, which comes with a shiny set of alt-art spheres, which are just going to be bananas expensive. And then from there, basically, we just need to see who takes this one away. So, thank you guys for tuning in. It's about to get rowdy. Phil McGrath versus Jeff Mongan, or Mungan. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name.
It's all good.
I apologize. But yeah, it's going to be a really, really intense match.
Yeah, so this is actually similar to the blue-blue matchup we saw yesterday. It's going to be kind of taxing at first, but it depends if this Krillin is more aggressive.
I mean, if this is anything like the other blue Krillin decks I've seen, this will be a Dragon Ball deck.
Give us 1 second. We're working to get this fixed for you guys. All right, we've got it back up for you here. Sorry about that. We missed the first few turns. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties from Gen Con right now, so yep. You guys will give us just a moment. We will. We're going to go ahead and contact them and ask them to bring their bit rate down. It seems like they're having issues with that. So
yep. Thank you guys very much for your patience. We'll be right back. Okay.
We'll keep it moving until it locks again. If it does, you guys will. It'll almost be like a little bit of a slideshow. Really sorry for this. We're working to get everything taken care of.
Hey, so it stutters like everything. That's fine. Yeah, it's up.
All right, it seems to have cleared up just a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, there were a few people who went 6-2 and didn't make it in. Sorry, we're working through the technical details as we continue to bring you guys this right here. So right now we're a few turns into it. I apologize. We've not been able to pay total attention to the game. You guys can definitely see how we're moving through it. We'll see if I can't pick it back up here. Looks like blue terror there from Philip. Okay.
So when he finishes,
All right, guys, we're going to continue to move through this round. We're not going to do a stream restart until the end. Seems to be doing just fine right now, so hopefully we get through it.
Because of the way we're configured, though, that doesn't mean that there will be a gap in coverage here. Everything will continue. We're just going to hop over and do some. We're going to do actually what we've done every round. We're just going to continue with our commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for those of you just tuning in, we've got Jeff Mongen versus Philip McGrath.
Mm-hmm.
And they're playing for their top 4 spots.
Right,
this is for an invite to Worlds.
And a stack of spheres.
And a stack of spheres. Thank you guys very much for your patience with the feed issue.
Yeah, we're working. It's definitely been frustrating to try and get this set up. Give me one moment again. You guys can talk to us while we get this fixed for you real fast. We're back into it. Sorry for the delay. We're working on getting it fixed. An entire day of no issues yesterday. Obviously, these are the matches people want to see, so we are working to get them, cleaned up for you guys right now.
All right, thank you guys very much for your patience as we work through this. Basically, as you can see here, it's continuing. We're going to provide as much coverage of this game as we can. All right, so there's a wall breaker on Piccolo. Then steady Richu from Kami is going to be relevant.
The card sound effects, would you like us to add those? All right. So, yeah, we are working to work through these technical difficulties, guys. We appreciate you catching us yesterday with no issues, and then again this one. Yeah, none of the matches have table sound, only because the other match 2, is happening directly next to this one. People didn't want.
I believe that Wallbreaker on Piccolo level 2 is exactly what this blue deck wants.
You are correct. Well, Dominance gets around Wallbreaker. So.
I mean, Dominance gets, but he's already at level 2 and he got Wallbreakered.
You definitely don't want to go anywhere. I mean, he doesn't have anger in the deck to move.
I know, but I mean, you can potentially get there, but I mean, he's probably not pursuing an anger strategy. What I believe may be happening is that was just the attack that he had, and he felt that he needed to play it. Mental Drill gives him all kinds of information.
Yeah, this game is just going to go on for a while. I feel like this is going to be one of those games where you see the blue Krillin deck try and just get all of his setups out to try and do one combat victories, is what we call them. Hold with us, guys. Honestly, we're going to go ahead and bring the stream down for about 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll bring it right back up. We're going to go into the advertisements up till we can get a reliable feed up for you guys. So give us just one moment. Hey, we're back. We have gotten the stream restarted. We got our internet connection refreshed out there. So hopefully we will be having no more issues moving forward. We'll obviously be in touch with our IT guy out there, and we'll be getting everything resolved as we move forward. But obviously you guys have missed a decent chunk of this game, as we have as well, sadly.
Right. So,
we have
field actually looks pretty similar to what it was, except for the fact that Bulma has shut down blue key buildup. Blue key buildup is obviously bananas, so, I mean, blue's big strength is the fact that it can actually build up this critical mass of attacks through the use of setups throughout the game. Wall Breaker is still floating on Piccolo level 2, so that's okay. That seems like a safe place to be. He's going to Lunar Beam. Actually, he's going to put those Lunar Beams back.
Kami and his rejuve step.
Kami and his rejuve step. Yep. Right. So he's going to play a useless key buildup.
I don't think he can.
Yeah, he can't play the card because of Bulma, and he can't. I think he can use it if it's in play, but he can't play it because of Bulma. I think that is the way that it's going to work. So the top 16 decks going in, we had that list. We're actually down at this point to the top 8. And top 8 is 2 blue Ginyu lists, none of which are here. One orange Ginyu list, a black Krillin, a blue Dr. Wheelo, a red Garlic, a blue Krillin, and a blue Piccolo.
Which we're actually
watching that game right now. Blue Krillin, of course, is piloted by Phil McGrath. And
no, blue Piccolo is piloted by Phil.
Blue Piccolo by Phil McGrath. Sorry, and blue Krillin by Jeff Mongan.
And we're right here in the middle of the game right now, so we are just kind of excited to see how they're going. Looks like Phil is really set up at this point, and it's hard for blue to overcome this without a few blue betrayals. So
that blue dominance is a nice safety net in the event that he gets neck beamed or anything like that as well. So even though that wall breaker is there, Phil doesn't even need to crit or anything like that. Blue dominance is actually in his discard pile.
Yes, Red Garlic did make top 8.
Yeah, red garlic is in.
Let's see where their anger's at. Looks like none, and I would assume none. I'm guessing that neither one of them.
Yeah, I don't think either player has any anger right now.
Well, I just keep drawing these key buildups. This is absolutely unfortunate.
That is really heinous to be getting those in your hand when you're in this position, because you're just it's a struggle. Honestly, against some decks, I feel like he wants to be on Krillin level 2 rather than Krillin level 1. He's going to pass and sit on a Destructo Disc, which I think is totally appropriate. He's going to play
Heroic Plan out there.
Heroic Plan is a card that is great right now. It was great in set 1. It's great in set 2. And as drills and setups and allies become better, Heroic Plan is only going to improve in quality. So
that's essentially playing your best and worst ally.
Oh, yeah.
Your best and worst drill and your best and worst setup. It counts as all of them.
Yeah. Like, it's just... That is a beautiful card. It's very, very, very good.
Yeah, the breakdown right now in top 4 is a bunch of blue decks. Yeah, absolutely. 1 red, 1 orange, 1 black, and then 5 blue. That's a movement on the camera.
It's 4 blue, 1 orange.
No, it's 5 blue.
Oh, yeah, 5 blue. Dr. Wheelo is blue. Yep, 5 blue.
Looks like Jeff is actually hitting the table with his elbows there. Now, there's a lot of active triggers going on. There's a lot of interactions that can take place.
I feel like Jeff doesn't want Phil to know that he has that blue betrayal.
Gets back a blue betrayal of himself.
Yeah.
That seems fine.
It's a strong rebuy. Who loves Heat Tap Soda? Trunks loves Heat Tap Soda.
It's true.
It's true. It's true.
Who's playing right now? That's Philip McGrath with blue Piccolo and Jeff Mongan with blue Krillin.
Blue. It was a blue moon the other night, actually.
Well,
I think that's actually what caused this. I think it was the blue
silverish moon. I don't know if it was that blue.
No, they call it a blue moon. That's the technical name. Yeah, Frieza did not make it through to top 8. It's unfortunate.
That doesn't actually surprise me. I don't think that Golden Frieza had the same influence in the game as God Goku did in the early stages.
I think Golden Frieza is a card that is going to get way better as time goes on.
He needs a stronger level. I mean, his level 4 is good, but he needs a stronger level 1 and 3 to be really relevant.
I think that or better named cards. I think better named cards because as it stands, you have to play really mediocre named cards. Even Frieza's Death Bomb Nova murder thing that I can't remember the name of right now because I'm a smart person. It's not great.
As we see here,
this is time, plays a betrayal, and who's he going to get rid of? I mean, Bulma's kind of irrelevant now because he's got rid of all his key buildups. I think that I agree with hitting Oolong. Kami has really, though, bought a lot of incremental advantage over the course of this game. On top of Piccolo's innate ability to rejuvenate, I mean, that's just... Oh, man.
Right. Looks like Kami is leaving the game forever.
I think Blue Dominance is actually totally fine. Basically, I think I'll Dig Your Grave opened up an opportunity to counter those Blue Dominance decks.
It's like reading a judge ruling on Kami from being removed from Blue Betrayal.
Yep. So...
Critical effect here? Oh no, excuse me, it's not black. Take that back. So used to Black Krillin that every single Destructo Disc is a crit.
Every Destructo Disc is almost a haymaker. Man. So here we go.
Positioning drill. This is a situation where you continue to see Piccolo. He wants to be in the same game as Krillin right here, except for every Destructo Disc is equal to 2 of Piccolo's powers, really. Well, no, actually, just 1.
The interesting thing.
Sad.
Yeah. So there is
4-card swing either way.
There is one thing that is happening here. So Phil is rejuvenating through Piccolo's power. He's rejuvenating through Kami. So he is cycling cards back into his deck very actively throughout the game. Additionally, if Jeff uses Krillin's power, okay, and hits Phil, then Phil can use Piccolo's power. Jeff can take a Dragon Ball. Jeff gets his critical effect first because a card has been discarded, and Krillin's going to trigger on the discard, and then Jeff's ability is going to resolve. So it's kind of weird.
Oops. Sorry about that. We were just looking at some photos real quick, guys.
Right, so here we go.
Yeah, these are some great photos we got, so we will share those with you guys between the rounds.
I just don't think Krillin can beat Blue Piccolo because they're both playing the same plan.
I'm not totally sure on that, actually.
Well, I think they're playing different plans. I definitely misspoke there, but I think that the Piccolo deck is far better at being lame, and that will give it the attrition edge.
We have our first top 4 deck. Orange Ginyu has defeated Red Garlic.
Orange Ginyu, so TJ bests Red Garlic and advances on.
TJ, one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Absolutely really
deserves everything that he has.
He used to be an Abercrombie and Fitch model.
He did when he was very young.
Yeah, when he was younger, he used to be a model for Abercrombie and Fitch, which was really that was interesting running into him. And when we met him at did we meet at Heroes Con or Worlds
Origins?
Origins, I don't know.
So I know everyone is super sad to see Red Garlic go.
I know Red Garlic was our golden child.
I am in on Orange Ginyu winning this tournament, so I need TJ to pull it out. No, Red Garlic is the people's champion. I know it's a real thing.
That little man just couldn't get there.
It is cool to see one make it all the way to the top 8.
Yeah, I'm thrilled about that. Somebody, we should all give the guy that played Red Garlic $5 for getting there, right? I'm sure that he would agree with that.
I think his wife is in chat, so she'd probably agree with you as well. So there is a head judge currently watching the game. It is on them to make the game state calls if they both get something.
Richie and them are the ones that can make that call.
Because we have a 10 to 20 second delay from Gen Con to where we're streaming out to you guys, that's another 10 to 20 second delay from there. It would be 30 or 40 seconds by the time that we could even contact them, and at that point the game would progress way far past.
I think 8 is actually monitoring this table as well. Yeah.
No, it's not 8 monitoring this table. I don't believe.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the sort of thing where they are there and monitoring that. I'm not sure which judge is watching the table, but
we're going to go ahead and just continue the stream and the gameplay.
Yeah. Trunks comes down.
It's like a teenager at Starbucks. You're correct. This looks like retro Z Warriors Gather decks is what it looks like. Old Spirit Bomb decks. And
he's gonna. So here's what's gonna happen. He's gonna pop Z Warriors Gather and he's gonna recur it.
And then energy gatherings.
He's gonna build up, and he's either gonna win with an Earth Spirit Bomb or a Carpet Attack technique, and we're not sure which one is gonna get there, but both of them are gonna hurt.
I would like to get a life deck count. It's hard to see from this angle.
Yeah.
So at events we'll be streaming in the future, though, we do have player cams. It's just we weren't able to set them up from the limitations of Gen Con. So we can easily get a side view of the decks for you guys as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of cards. He should organize it a little better, but it's fine if not.
There's actually not much rhyme or reason to it. And they both have the same color sleeves, so I'm really wondering if... I hope Jeff remembers to get... Oh, that foil blue dominance was pretty.
Absolutely.
All right, confrontation to the yard. Let's take a look here.
You can see Philip McGrath's bald head. Can't miss that. Absolutely love Philip McGrath. Yeah, that card is absolutely insane. In the back, shuffling it in. Life deck count's probably pretty similar at this point.
See, here's the thing. I think that this is more of an attrition match. I think that Phil is going to be able to pull it out simply because he's able to cycle cards back into his deck. That's true. Universe Spirit Bomb was bananas.
Card came way too late, though.
A red observation would be solid right now. That would be really, really reasonable.
And he could hard swap into red, I guess.
Yeah, just everybody. Okay, so he's going to stop, reshuffle, play red, and then win the game off that.
Another lookout drill. Just passing. I mean, this is what Blue Piccolo does. It gets set up, it passes, it passes, it passes.
Oh, there's that. Blue dominance. He does have a dominance out, though, so, I mean, basically that's just to clear the drills, which is still fine. That is an acceptable use of that.
Still very relevant.
But
he's still showing his hand, though. He does not need to play with his hand up anymore. Okay.
Yeah. There we go. He's going to power up. He's probably going to...
I would not expect him to call combat here. There's still a ton of setups that he needs to figure out a way to deal with.
It's actually, at this point, to Jeff's advantage if Phil takes that Dragon Ball 2. So it's probably never going to change owners.
Ooh, another visiting the past. Coined VTP. Every time I hear it, I remind myself of self-threatening position. I think both cards are equally as powerful. enabling the fact that Times the Worst tool doesn't remove itself from the game, all of the crazy good cards that just sit in your discard pile. It's just so powerful. It looks like Philip is a little bit ahead in life deck counts.
I mean, Phil's been rejuvenating 2 cards when he passes. He's been rejuvenating 2 cards in combat. I mean, I think in total he's probably shuffled. Shuffled is short for shuffled, apparently. Shuffled dozens of cards, at least a dozen cards in his deck.
So I believe we're definitely going to see a call combat. It looks like he had 2 overpowering attacks in his hand. He's just going to try and get that out. Got a judge question here. Just confirming that it can get back 2 drills. Blue Dominance is the card. What a crazy powerful card, in my opinion.
I think a judge may call a Roshi Tutor in top cut. Right now, this is coming out of the graveyard, so there's nothing questionable happening right here. But it really does. That's something that people need to be vigilant about, and I think it's one of the things that we've seen, unfortunately, as a theme throughout the day.
I mean, Roshi is a card that just shuts down Orange Uppercut.
You need to. But people need to be cognizant of what they have on board.
2 blue neck beams.
So neck beam, and his dominance is spent, by the way. So this is
a chance for him to get back.
I mean, at this point, though, I feel like the damage is done. There's been so much rejuvenation on Phil's part. The Krillin deck has to be very aggressive. But I mean, that's a pretty aggressive hand.
I mean, if he hits with all these energy attacks, he's in a great place. He just needs to get past the blue blockade somehow.
Which he's going to crack Visiting the Past as well and buy back block. Okay.
He might go for Dragon Ball 4 here to try and get rid of blue blockade, so he can potentially have an open hand to do the damage with.
Good. It does seem right. He has. See, all that Phil has to do is not give him an opportunity to discard, but I don't think that Phil's going to pass on that because there's too much to be gained from aggression at this point in the game.
Phil making sure he has all the angles covered. Very smart player. He's not inexperienced in any way to competitive play.
Yeah, don't. The one rule in a card game, especially when making decisions about what you're going to do here, is don't assume. Know the cards you have available. So if you have to reference your discard pile, that's fine. If you have to reference your remove from game pile, that's fine. Also, knowing what your opponents have available is extremely relevant. One thing that you see skilled black players do that lesser skilled black players would do is referencing the graveyard, referencing the remove from game pile, and then diving when they get an opportunity to be in their opponent's life deck, seeing what resources are available. Anytime you're able to get information is the currency with which you purchase wins in any card game. So we're looking at a neck beam. So this is the point at which Phil has to determine whether or not, I mean, if he doesn't have 2 energy blocks, he's almost better off not blocking the neck beams and blocking the energy. Like if he has 1 energy block, I would just block the overpowering attack.
Oh, absolutely.
The neck beams. Tommy got discarded, he left play, and Phil needs to, well, he can't search because Roshi.
Correct.
Yep. There we go. We did it. We didn't search because of Roshi.
It's a real thing.
Congratulations. High-level DBZ, where the rules are enforced.
Yajirobe.
Old Big Samurai. Yajirobe is such a house. Deck lists will be posted basically, literally, if we can get them, we're going to put them up on Next Level Z, and I can't imagine we won't be able to get them. We're going to be doing some more we're going to be doing like a detailed review of them and a detailed article. So if you guys are interested in getting more information about coverage, we're going to be doing some follow-up posts on nextlevelz.com. Be sure to check that out. So he's going to rebuy his Kami. I think really Kami is the engine that helps keep McGrath's deck going.
Yeah, I mean, it just adds so much extra reach.
Just the extra card when you pass is bananas.
As many cards, or as many turns as these blue decks pass, I mean, this is just best case scenario. As long as Kami's in play, I mean, you're healing 2 damage a turn.
And look at how much smaller, or look at how much larger McGrath's deck is than Mongo's. Like Jeff's deck is very small. Look at how big his discard pile and name pile are.
And this is a deck, this blue Piccolo deck, that has a really hard time with Orange Ginyu. Because Orange Ginyu comes out of the gate so quickly, they have no time to set up. Usually the dice roll dictates the game. And I would be very interested to see if Orange Ginyu doesn't move into this top 4 and just take the whole tournament because of the level of advantage it has over decks like this.
Yeah. I believe the searching this turn has all been from the discard pile, guys.
That is correct.
No searching has come out of Phil's deck. Neck Beam triggers at the end of turn, so it looks like... But they didn't do it. Wow. That is...
He stopped it.
He didn't connect with a single Neck Beam?
Correct.
Okay. Never mind then. He draws the third one, though, so the third Neck Beam shows up. And it's a blue narrow escape, and then we've got combat.
Confrontation.
Confrontation for betrayal seems 100% correct.
Yeah, there's just, especially with time not being a factor here, there's just no reason for McGrath to not take his time and do this calculated.
Yeah. I think that one of the largest combat did end, and they just didn't even drop. I think one of the largest things that we've seen that has really precipitated most of the play mistakes that we've had today is simply people concerned about time constraints.
A 40-minute time limit on a round. I mean, for right now. See, that's kind of the difference there. I think honestly that if you're going to do a 1-game format with a deck like this, a game like this, you should cut to a higher top cut. 16 people out of 224. That's just too little amount of people. I think top 32 people who performed very well all day didn't make top 8.
Yeah. For example, Dustin Morabito is one of the I think the casualties of that cut.
Yeah.
He went 6-0 going through, and then in round 7 he lost, and in round 8 he lost. So that left him with a record of 6-2, and Dustin Morabito fell outside of the top 16, so he did not make it through to the cut.
I believe he was ranked number 18 or 19.
Yeah, so I think a cut to 32 is good. It also buys an extra round of coverage for you guys. Saiyan, I don't think Saiyan was going to make it in because actually I'm 90% sure.
All Saiyan decks dropped by the 3rd round.
Yeah, by the end of, I think it was the end of round 4, all of the Saiyan decks were X2 and dropped. I just don't think Saiyan has the legs it needs to get there, and all of the Saiyan personalities don't have enough.
The problem is with Saiyan right now is there are decks that can beat these bigger decks, but they have to play in a way that they just lose to every other aggro deck.
Yeah. Like you say, Saiyan can beat the control decks, but it cannot beat Ginyu. It just dies to Orange Ginyu. And the Orange Ginyu decks will prey on those weaker decks that are less consistent. And then they'll win against the better decks just due to positive variance. So we got an overpowering attack for no results. Nothing there.
And there it is. Anger 1.
We did it, guys. Anger 1.
He did almost search. Yes, that's correct.
He did. He reached for it.
He wanted it. So Sean Heineman has made top 4 with Blue Ginyu. So far we have Orange Ginyu and Blue Ginyu in the top 4.
Orange Ginyu, Blue Ginyu, Sean Heineman, and TJ, both from the same play group, are through to top 4. That's got to be a good day for those guys. We may have 2 friends playing each other in the top cut, though.
believe we'll see a blue Piccolo deck in the top 4. Just based on
yeah,
the
I
way
think
this game is
it's
right
looking like blue Piccolo is going to be getting through. I know, Chad, you're so shocked.
I mean, I said it yesterday, blue Ginyu or orange Ginyu is going to win this tournament. I said that.
I think it'll be orange Ginyu or blue Piccolo. I think blue Piccolo...
It depends how this matchup happens. I think blue Piccolo can beat orange Ginyu if it gets set up, but I don't think an aggressive orange Ginyu deck will give it the time.
I think that is an accurate sentiment.
Yeah, we didn't actually catch his hand here either, but I tell you what, it only takes, 1 or 2 bad combats in this game to just win. Well, they are both very close on life decks right now.
This is going to be a situation in which, as aggressive as the blue Krillin deck can be, I think that the active rejuvenation that is present in a blue Piccolo deck, especially when you have Kami out, has really helped keep him in the game. And this is going to be, if not the final, then probably
so close.
One of the deciding combats for this game. So he uses a Lunar Ray. 1. That's it right there.
Oh, wow.
5 cards left.
Very close. The next energy will probably win the game.
Yeah. And McGrath is used as power. There's no... I think it's 5 cards all, actually.
It's very close. Very close. That is not what you want to see when you're trying to end the game. Actually, technically, all he has to do is call combat and Piccolo with power.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Too. McGrath has the win right here.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if Phil sees this, and I hope that he does, I think, is he passing?
I think if Phil calls combat here,
I think he's asking right now if he was to call and use Piccolo's power. That's what he's asking about. So we're definitely going into what is the last combat for this game.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a D-ball at the bottom.
Yeah, unless there's a D-ball. If there's a Dragon Ball in those bottom 2 cards.
That's not Dragon Ball 7. But I think he captured 7, so.
He did. He captured the 7 from him.
This is,
2, 3.
What a situation.
Power. Okay, and it's not a Dragon Ball. No Dragon Ball. So Phil McGrath advances to top 4.
Very, very
so
close.
So we have TJ playing Orange Ginyu. We have Sean playing Blue Ginyu. We have Phil playing Blue Piccolo. And we are waiting on the 4th of all of them. But our top 4 right now... is going to be, it's going to be a good one.
Looks like Blue Wheelo is moving into top 4 as well.
Okay, so our top 4 is 3 blue decks: Blue Ginyu, Blue Piccolo, Blue Wheelo, and Orange Ginyu.
Blue Wheelo. Wow, that is absolutely crazy. Oh, wow. This is absolutely crazy.
This is a great top 4.
It is hilarious because it's all blue.
Except for the orange Ginyu.
No surprise there, I guess.
Orange Ginyu is there.
Orange Ginyu, the deck that I am very confident in, is doing just as well as I thought it would.
I mean, that deck is very good. It is a fantastic deck.
All right. All right, guys, we're going to move over to some advertisement just for a few minutes, and we are going to be right back with some more information as we get ready to move into top 4. Thanks, everyone, for attending. We're glad we got the technical kinks out, and just stick with us for the best coverage we can offer you. All right, guys. JP for the win. John Powell is joining me. So we have some updates about top 4. Sorry about the incorrect information we gave out. We were told by Ake that Blue Wheelo had made it. Maybe he subconsciously just wanted that deck to be in top 4.
I think we all wanted the legends to be there. I think that's what we needed.
So one of the things we're going to bring you right now is that we actually do have the top 4 lists, or not lists, excuse me, decks. We have 3 Ginyu decks. 1 orange, 1 blue, 1 black. So that's not terribly surprised. All 3 of them are very diverse and strong in their own ways from this matchup. And then we also have a blue Piccolo, which is well positioned to take on the blue Ginyu deck and black Ginyu deck, but I don't think he'll have a great matchup against the orange Ginyu deck. So
black Ginyu, is it going to be black blue? Is that going to be the first match?
No, orange black. So the 2 decks that have the potential.
Black Ginyu is so good against orange Ginyu.
The 2 decks that have the potential to take out blue Piccolo are unfortunately going to be battling out for a chance to play against him. So it will be Sean Heinman and
blue Piccolo.
Yeah, and Phil McGrath playing in the next round.
Yeah.
So we were going to cover everything. So we're going to cover this game, and then we're going to cover the next game, then we're going to cover finals. So you guys will see all of the top 4 matches on stream here with commentary. Also,
Thanks, Murray. I like it.
If everybody would like to, we're going to go ahead and get some emoji set up on the channel for our next stream, and it's going to be probably Ginyu's.
Yeah. See, whoever wins the tournament, we'll do some icons for that. That's the thing. So it's either going to be Ginyu or Piccolo. And we'll probably do a Dragon Ball and like a Z. I would say.
I would say.
Like that.
All letter Z's will be.
We got to get some. We got to do the hands like everybody limit your power.
Oh yes.
Stream, like, stream limit your power. Yeah. Get the spirit bombs. So I don't know. I'm not surprised that there's 3 Ginyus in top 4 at all. The personality is really good. It goes so wide, and that's what's really nice. So I mean, that's just why it's good.
It's just strong. I mean, it's got all the tools it needs to deal with the meta.
Yeah.
And the meta currently, Orange Ginyu is a deck that I think is well positioned in these games where people want to take the game longer, right? They want to pass. They don't want to go. Orange Ginyu typically draws 3 cards and calls combat because there's 6 cards in the deck that represent a very strong first turn. And the chances of them getting a stop all or a few blocks are really low because so many of them play so many setups, so many allies. Decks like that have a hard time dealing with early aggression.
Yeah, I'm just excited. I mean, the big thing is we're sitting here, we're getting ready to watch top 4 of a DBZ Nationals, and it's 2015. Like, that's incredible. That's so amazing.
Yeah,
that we were able to get this many people together, have this many players that, we were able to stream it, we were able to bring this content to you guys, and it's just awesome. It makes me nostalgic, but it also makes me really excited for the future. I'm excited for set 4. I'm excited for new masteries, but for right now, what we're doing is this is where we are. We live in a Ginyu world, and Piccolo is just scratching it. I know you love it. I know.
So
see, I'm a Wheelo player, so I was really excited about Wheelo.
I am a Saiyan player.
That was,
thank you.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, that's not an option. If you want to be competitive in the game that they've created for us today, playing Saiyan is not a viable tactic.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, yeah, McSmurry's got it right. Like, if Blue Piccolo can win if it can get to level 2 fast enough. If the dominance can get in there.
If they can stop him with Nappa early, though, Piccolo is at a very, very hard advantage.
Yeah.
Like, very, very hard disadvantage. Like, it's almost impossible for Piccolo to overcome losing the first 2 or 3 turns of build.
Yeah, because what's he going to do? Anger to level 2?
Yeah.
Like, no, it's just not going to happen. They count on blue dominance. They need blue dominance, especially too. Like, even if you don't get Nappa and you can get off a searching technique for it, like that's completely reasonable. You can definitely get in there and pull that out. So I mean, it's gonna be tough. Yes, the Ginyu Overlord is very much here to stay. So start brewing. I mean, if this is what the meta is gonna look like, we got Charlottesville next week, our Charlottesville regional here in our hometown. You know what you know what to expect at this point. So if you got some secret brews that are coming out to crush Ginyu, Patrick will prefer you leave them at home, but it's okay. But yeah, looks like the players are getting set.
Oh please, we might have a change. Yeah, we have a change in the matchup. They have split up the Ginyu decks. They're not going to have Orange Ginyu versus Black Ginyu. I don't know what the need is for this, but Ake has made a change. So we'll be bringing you Orange Ginyu and Blue Piccolo right now. So you guys are going to see Philip McGrath come down and play again.
So we got Blue. See, this will be a good match.
This is actually the matchup that I actually feel is in Ginyu's favor.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's about 55%. Sorry about the incorrect calls and the times. We're getting some mixed information, and they're changing it on the fly.
Yes, Ake is.
We love Ake.
Come on, Ake.
Updating us.
I do love Ake, but we gotta. So yeah, here comes all of the items. So they're shuffling up right now. We'll go ahead and give you guys a shot at the table here in just a sec.
Yeah, so we're going to see TJ taking on Philip McGrath. And if you guys don't know who TJ is,
Marble Row.
Yeah. So these are the
no,
actual
TJ is the
pairings.
orange Ginyu.
The pairings haven't been
Oh, so
changed.
TJ's
It's
a
TJ versus Phil.
Oh, TJ. Okay, so it is TJ. So all right, not the most helpful.
I don't know if TJ definitely does not have that many
I'm
tattoos.
pretty sure that's
It's
not
Marble
TJ.
Row.
I'm
It's
like
Marble Row.
90% sure that's not TJ.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure. I know TJ doesn't have any tattoos. So we're just going to go ahead and update that and move us in.
Versus Phil.
Yeah,
We got it. We got it.
Alrighty. There we go. I guess you clear that here.
Just to confirm.
Sorry, we're getting some mixed signals out of. It seems that we've actually been able to give you more accurate information when there was 200 people in the tournament.
Yeah.
Now that there's 16 and now down to 4, everybody's panicking about what's coming out of there. So
Yeah. When is the New York Regional? When is that?
guys, we're going to do one game at a time. Everyone's going to see every game. Don't worry.
I mean, it might be boring, but it's a good deck. It's a good deck to watch.
It's a good deck,
If you're
interactive
here to
deck.
watch, if you were to watch good deck building and watch good players, then this is where you want to be. So here we are, Orange Ginyu.
It's like non-foil Ginyu. This is
How do you
He's
have
had
a personality?
a year and a half to get this taken care of.
Personality should be.
Or actually, just a year, I guess.
Yeah, that should be easy. It should be easy to get together.
Arno Rowe versus Phil McGrath. And this was the pairing the whole time. Previously, what we were given was what was read off of the standings at the end of it.
That's fine.
So it's the order.
Doesn't matter. Why does that roll it?
I'm just telling you guys that's why we didn't. Nothing was changed because you guys said something.
That's fine.
Let's roll it. Who was on that playmat? Who is that old man?
That is Ron Paul, I think. No, it's not.
That's not Ron Paul.
It's Ron Paul now.
Stream. Who's on there? Who's on the old thing? Who's on the playmat? I don't know who that old man is.
Who is this man?
I have not seen. Is it DB Super? Is that episode 4? I haven't watched that yet. I watched the first 3. The first one, Dragon Ball is always so boring unless someone's fighting. Like the first one, I was like, cool. Oh, Popovich, got it. Great book.
So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get into this game. It looks like he's got some fancy Charizard sleeves that have a monkey inside of
A
them.
monkey wearing a Charizard.
I mean, it is. At least we don't have all white sleeves. We had a game earlier with black mats and black sleeves.
Is that Majin Popovich?
I think it's a Pikachu.
Why wouldn't you put an M on his forehead? Majin Popovich.
Is that a Pikachu dressed as a Charizard?
Yeah.
I'm not up on my...
It is. I don't really know the Pokemans.
Popovich?
Yeah, Greg Popovich. He's the coach of the Spurs, apparently. I don't know anything about the NBA. I know that
Spopovich.
LeBron James plays basketball and Steph Curry makes things look easy. That's what I know. Insert the playmat coming soon. A little late there, Rolo, but that's okay. It's not your fault, man. You're good. Is he wearing a Cleveland Cavaliers jersey and got a Popovich playmat? That seems kind of backwards. These guys both like basketball, clearly. We have a Bulls representative. So we got...
Ooh,
12! Boom.
there
All right,
it is.
so that might be the game. Right
Marble
there.
Row.
Let me just high dice for the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens with Orange Ginyu.
Yeah.
If he doesn't pull some drills here, he gets a boost.
Oh, I guess they weren't supposed to start. We got.
He was ready.
He's ready to go.
He
man.
knows what's going on. All right,
That
let's
is
take a
not a
look
good
here.
start.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think you call here either
We
way.
definitely
That's
call.
the correct decision.
Ginyu's got to get going. It's got to get out ahead of this deck and stay on top. So we're getting Burter.
Probably going to
Oh yeah, Frieza. I guess.
Frieza start
Wait.
removing his discard pile so he can't take advantage of his regen.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I might have gone for Jace there, just knowing how few attacks I have and no overpowering attacks, just so I can
Yeah.
get as much damage out there I can. Oh, yeah, no blocks as usual. Ally removed. It's
a good start. Confrontation. Spear.
Oh, that's
What a
brutal.
blow up.
That's
Oh
brutal.
man.
Oh, PowerPoint. If this hits, this would
That's-
be huge.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
It still hits though.
I wish you would have had that spear, maybe. I guess it would have happened either way. Is that Betrayal? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the new Blue Betrayal. They
Yeah,
put it in their deck.
The promo, top 16 promo. Thanks, Saucy.
Still eating, but this time it's an arm.
Yeah. Not the best first turn there. It seemed like he's got a much better start. Mass rejuve. All right, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. What is that orange card?
I think that's the new PowerPoint.
I think it is.
The promo?
Yes.
What? Stare down, PowerPoint.
Go ahead. He needs to power up here if he's thinking about calling combat.
That's an extension in his hand as well, isn't it?
No, it's a PowerPoint. There's no orange extension in his hand. So he definitely called tutor.
Just looking at what he's looking for here.
There? I don't really know what he's going for.
I think you just passed Birder. Maybe he's looking for Nappa.
Oh, okay.
I was actually going to be a little worried if he was pulling all his allies to one spot in his deck. He top decks the time. That's very good for Phil.
Did he?
Yeah.
That seems strong. So it looks like he might get a chance to actually set up and survive this.
That's kind of one of the things you have to do against Orange Ginyu. If you can live through the first few combats, then Wallbreaker.
Yeah. Okay. Wallbreaker is going to be relevant, potentially, depending on how angry Arvel's list is. And if I recall correctly, he was definitely looking to advance there.
Golden on the graveyard. All right, getting rid of visiting. I'm for that. Sets up time not being a factor next combat. Chooses to rejuve it then, knows he won't be able to use it again.
One, 2, 3. So refocus with the endurance.
I think he's trying to take a drill and damage here, honestly.
Yeah, fast rejuve. Yeah.
He had the launcher there. Ooh. Dominance is obviously a great card here.
That's a great start.
Dominance is very relevant in this matchup, especially early for Piccolo, because that's the only way that it's able to profitably interact with this Ginyu deck.
It's unfortunate that he didn't just search for Nappa.
But Phil did pass, but I mean,
it's still a much worse spot than he's been in.
Yeah.
So 7, 3, 2, took no stages. 2 more, 4. He should be at 1 above right now, or 3 above right now. See, this is kind of what we're seeing here. He's given him time to see what's going on.
Blinding energy move. That's an interesting choice. Let me get you player.
I think you. This is a weird situation because he's missed his opportunities to take over the game.
Yeah. Now at this point, he's in a really bad spot. I mean, I guess you can call Nappa.
Well, I mean, he still gets 2 dominance going into combat.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's actually
and he's going to.
Here we go.
There it is, his hand.
Yeah, discard my drills, put my drills back into play.
This is absolutely a bad spot for him. I would assume that Roe is playing I'll Dig Your Grave. But, I mean, this is one of those things that Orange Ginyu can still have the power to do, is take over the game still.
He is fortunate in that he has an overpowering attack in his hand. So that'll help insulate him against, further disruption for now, but he's got to begin to close this out quickly because Piccolo at level 2 can really start to run away with the game in this matchup.
Yeah, if Piccolo actually drew into a blue betrayal here, then Arvil's pretty much at a really bad spot.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what he did. So,
1, 2, 3, 4. All right.
So that connected.
So we have an overpowering attack of his own.
Yeah.
Oh,
Terror.
Blue Terror, probably for a blue betrayal here.
Yup.
Blue Terror is such a powerful card. It represents any card in your deck. I mean,
For one stage.
Yeah, for one stage. It's basically you're playing 4 of all the good cards you need.
Yeah, it's so good. Blue Terror is delicious. So go guys, Betrayal. So 1, 2, 3. Yes, got the digs. Pretty standard for Orange Ginyu these days.
Mm-hmm.
We still haven't seen as many polarized. I feel like Blinding Energy move needs to be polarized or something.
I feel like you go get Birder here. You want him gone, or Goldo. Someone you're trying to bait into
Yeah,
The
Goldo's
blue
active
betrayal.
now too.
Yeah, so if he does not kill Goldo here, and he has no blocks, then we're looking at an overpowering attack turn that could be absolutely
And offensive
devastating.
strike.
Oh yeah, offensive strike. Sorry.
Yeah, that's. And we still have Jace up and ready to use.
He's contemplating blocking this, but if he knows he has to use that blue betrayal in a second, Goldo will be able to stop it, unless he removes
Unless he
it from
gets
the
rid of
game.
Goldo, yeah.
I think the pause there was just to assume or make him look like he had a block. Honestly, the contemplation. He might still actually have one, but
I don't know if I like that endurance on that. So there's one more card, and now your narrow escape's gone. Small stuff like that.
discarding to his power, I'm sure. Getting rid of Jace.
Middle 2.
Counts goes to the bottom.
So he's playing the body switches at promo. I feel like you can't just pass. Wallbreaker at the very least. Just play it. I mean,
he doesn't want to get into blue leverage, though. He doesn't have to. Let's just be done with this combat.
Loses a sphere.
Probably.
Yeah, I forgot Phil played that like an ally list.
Yes, he does.
It's pretty awesome.
Plays a very active blue Piccolo ally list. We got to see it last round, and they can do a lot of work once it gets its engine going. Being able to rejuvenate extra cards when you pass on combat with Kami, as well as rejuvenating through Piccolo's level 2 power, really helps them pull ahead in attrition and long matchups, as well as insulates them against aggro decks.
Ugh, he really needs to see an orange uppercut here to get any sort of thing going. Blue betrayal on Nappa. No surprise there.
Now he's in a spot.
Yeah.
I guess he could dig.
He should have stopped it with Golden, right? I believe he probably did. He's just not tapping him.
Yeah. What he's looking for. It's dig.
So if he did stop it with Goldo, which I can't confirm right now, then this dig is going to do 8 stages and 2 life, which will put him at 0. Blockade will stop it.
But Arvel's damage now cannot be prevented. So all he has to do is get through a couple times. So he's going to trigger the position drill. Put Moon Array on top.
Uses his power to crit away Goldo.
Discarding guard to draw.
Yeah.
Leaving. I guess he didn't use Goldo.
He had to have used Goldo, yeah. No, he did, because that only does 3 damage without Goldo.
Oh, yeah, I guess the endurance. Yeah. We got a battle readiness.
This is where it starts getting really hard for Errol to win, especially when he's drawing physical hands. Yeah, Arvel's already taken quite a bit of damage.
Yeah.
I would probably get Bulma for uppercut here. Maybe a stare down. Okay, stare down.
Yeah. That seems fun. You want to discard?
I mean, of the 2 cards he could get that would interact with his allies, I think I fully agree with stare down, just because shutting him out of interacting with your game plan is.
I might have gotten
valuable.
Roshi there.
He's pressing the advantage right now. That's really where we're at.
No, it seems like Phillips not a stranger to what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know how to combat Orange Ginyu.
He's going just as aggressive back at him as he needs to go.
We got Trunks. Off the repairing attack. Gonna pass, redeem with a pinch strike, draw the uppercut.
I think for future games, all of our streams, we're going to be requiring players to use dice for their power levels.
Yeah, I mean I do that anyway. It's too easy to miss stuff or accidentally bump the card or fudge the numbers or whatever.
McGrath is in kill mode right now. He's going blue Piccolo aggressive.
Yeah, it's go time.
I cannot blame him.
Arvel's
Arvel's hands are
lacking.
They're lacking, and honestly, right now he has 2 stages. He does have a quick dodge to get back up, so. Absolutely. I would take that. Quick dodge it.
What are we getting with it?
Probably overpowering attack. It's just the strongest choice right now.
Just give you the most options.
Unless he's thinking maybe a power point. If we can hit a few, then get some drills to kind of offset the damage he's taken.
I don't know what else. I mean, it's got to be overpowering attack, right?
He's really thinking power point.
Just to try and force one through because he's got 2. Like,
I
don't understand. I mean, overpowering attack seems way better here.
Yeah, I mean, it just represents more longevity.
Yeah, it's guaranteed
stages to
board,
work with.
Yeah, like it's guaranteed board presence as opposed to overpowering or PowerPoint, which is not.
Of course, all Phil needs to do right now is do a physical attack.
Well, imagine he's not playing too many. I mean, maybe head knock. He's got head knock for sure.
I'm not going to do any stages.
Yeah.
That's what he needs right now to kind of shut up this turn before it starts. Again, I think Phil is definitely respecting the fact that Blue Ginyu has some explosive power in it. Orange Ginyu, excuse me. Looks like Phil has passed.
So what is it in
1,
Phil's
2, 3,
hand?
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he'll have 2 more stages to work with here on Ginyu.
If that hits, then he can draw the bottom.
He does have a blue head knock in his hand. I saw it. So Phil could discard that to mastery to stop this. So Raccoon can't hit with a physical and draw the sphere off the bottom if that's even relevant to him. Well, he's very low in life deck as well.
Yeah, he is. Doesn't look like it is bad, but yeah, it definitely is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue Arrow Escape, so good. My goodness. What a card.
We might. I
So
would
this
discard.
could be a turning point kind of combat for them. So
Oh, going for the damage here. So any bit of endurance here will be really, really, really beneficial.
Alrighty. So Arvel's got overpowering attack and a dead card in hand, which means it's super dead because of
Discards to stop the power point.
Yeah,
which eliminates the possibility of Raccoon being stopped this turn. I believe Jace is in his discard pile. Is he not?
He definitely is. Yeah. He didn't get banished. He got put away.
All right, here we go. Now we're kicking it up.
This could be.
This is going to be a lot.
Did he dig this turn? No.
No. All right. 4 there.
No crit there.
Finger 2 over there. A little bit of nerves there.
Yes. Let me play my power. Oh. So I can definitely see him discarding the Dragon Ball, as it is more than useless. Keep that power point. Yeah, strong stuff. Doesn't matter what order they're in at all.
Oh, yeah, Dragon Balls can't be used, right?
Yeah, because it belongs.
I mean, Phil is definitely not in a good position, and neither is Arvel.
Yeah,
I mean, Arvel's in a position to win the game.
It's so much closer than it seemed like it was going to be. Very much so. Arvel's got maybe 13 cards left in his
13,
deck.
14. Yep, Philip is just not drawing cards that are beneficial here. Arvel, oh my goodness, go! This is a game
probably
winning
one of the
turn.
best hands you could possibly draw.
Yeah, wow.
Wow, this is absolutely crazy.
And here's the reason why I am not a huge fan of Mental Drill. Because Arvel's gameplay is exactly the same, regardless of how much information Phil has right now.
It's fine.
I mean, I'm not gonna try and make room for it, but if I have a space, then I'll put it in.
Yeah, sorry, I got really excited. this is like a game-winning turn right here.
Yeah, this is. I mean, he's calling,
and Phil knows that. If he doesn't draw a sphere here,
he's trying to decide what. I don't know what he really was looking for. So, yeah, it's about to get.
Yeah, I believe this is probably going to be game here.
If this is a good turn for Arvel, it's definitely GG.
Seeing
he's
that
got
hand is
time.
like staring down the barrel of a gun. It's going to be...
What to do? What to do?
Yeah,
so Patrick, how would you sequence this? Since you're...
I would probably start with Ginyu's power.
No.
Just to bait out a block. I mean, it's 5 damage unavoidable if he can't block it. And then from then, I would just move into the rest of my hand. Honestly, the big thing he's counting on right now is that there's no confrontation and no sphere in Philip's hand.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if there's not, then it's probably game. He doesn't have enough blocks, and it doesn't look like he does.
Yeah.
There's so few cards, and it looks like Phil is electing to take the 5 damage. Which is unfortunate, because that's just proven facts right there. He doesn't have time. He doesn't have...
3.
We can get head knock. Sweet. This is just what Orange Ginyu does in a blue matchup.
The time is going to be...
Yeah, the time is huge.
That's brutal. To draw those cards with time, and also to get an uppercut with time and already have a power point, that's insane. That's so much damage.
He's going to crit away here and rejuve too.
Get rid of Jace.
Seems fine. He's going to come. Jace is probably going to come right back out of the discard pile.
Does he have any overpowering attacks left?
He will have. I think he has 2 overpowering attacks left in his deck, or if not, I think at least 1.
Gotta be careful when moving that discard pile, especially because it affects how he rejuvenates.
So this is kind of the interesting spot where we're at right now. He needs to get that overpowering attack, and he needs Raccoon to do it, because he doesn't have enough stages to pay to do it off Ginyu.
Mm-hmm.
I would go ahead and I would uppercut here. He's just double checking, making sure he has still an overpowering attack in his deck. I see 1, 2, 3. I think all 3 are in his discard pile.
I think there was only 2. I think one of those was the promo body switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's very similar in colors and stuff. Both freestyle with a lot of yellow. I mean, you play uppercut here. It doesn't matter what Okay, so you don't have a whatever. I mean,
It's about orange launching
to kill.
Oolong. Still 3 life cards here. Does he take it or does he stop it here? That's unfortunate. 1, 2, 3. 3 more damage.
You'd think maybe Bulma would be better there. Like, why wouldn't you kill Bulma?
So you could potentially get a stare down
To
on your
get a
deck?
stare down, yeah. Like, I don't. Just to get more attacks. Like, Orange, that didn't open up any more attacks for him. Like, if he doesn't have what he's looking for off the uppercut, then, like, getting a stare down is just as good.
He's gonna.
It's the only functional damage you have.
This is unfortunate.
You could also grab.
It looks like they're counting life decks here. They both know they're both on the ropes at this point.
This is a bit low.
Honestly, a blue betrayal here would be absolutely a blowout as well. He needs those 4 stages.
What is it? 1 above and Ginyu, right? Yeah.
Also, just a recommendation to all the players out there: if you're playing Orange Ginyu and you have a drill up and you have a time in your hand, stop the first attack with your drill.
Yeah.
It can't be stopped with Sphere. These are the things that you want to get in good practice of doing.
I'm trying to get a better view.
Looks like Phil did pull a confrontation.
Wow.
Yep.
That's what he needed. He did not need Sphere.
If there's no block here, which I'm sure Wallbreaker to Mastery.
Yeah, okay.
Key build up. He's just going for to try and win here.
That might be it right there.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Keep in mind, endurance can be used.
Oh, they're resolving the position drill. Okay.
Key build up.
So 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
6, 7.
Sweet. The crit right there is
That's
absolutely
pretty brutal.
brutal.
Passed.
You pretty much call here. There's pretty much nothing you can do but call. I don't know how many cards are left, but this might be another Philip win by calling
Yeah,
and
I think
using
it's
his
just
power.
going to be called power, right? Like, it's got to be.
Yeah, the confrontation was game winning.
Yeah, that was pretty strong.
Oh, he has 3
cards left. He's like, no, I'm not calling yet. Yeah.
Wow. That was, I hate to say this right now, but Phil just pulled way better sequences.
Oh, yeah. He drew considerably better. So Orange Ginyu was out. Patrick, how do you feel right now?
I'm leaving. I'll see you guys later.
That's it.
The tournament is over.
I don't care anymore.
So Blue Piccolo moves to the finals, piloted by Phil McGrath.
So up next is Black Ginyu versus Blue Ginyu.
Yep. It's going to be a very interesting game.
Oh, Ginyu. I, for one, welcome our still Ginyu open woods.
I will say, I mean, Phil just had heart of the cards. I mean, I really don't feel like he should have won that game had he not drawn that confrontation.
That conversation was huge. That was fantastic. That was a great
He
play.
came out strong. Arville really looked pretty bad about halfway through the game, and then he just did what Orange Ginyu does.
He stumbled.
I mean, again, congratulations to both these guys. All of them are going to Worlds. They all have invites.
Yeah, which is pretty awesome.
We're about to see the second game of top 4 right now.
I guess we're not getting the other game. We were again we had another miscommunication.
Apparently, the other game is going on in tandem. So I apologize for the miscommunication, but we are being told things that are being changed after they're being told to us. So
go. I'll be back. I shall return. Later.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and move to a commercial break just for a second while we get this other game set up for you.
on. One second.
Hey! All right, we're back.
We're here.
So I need to drop that anger down. But as you guys can see, we're moving into finals. Sean was able to win the game, and I believe we're supposed to start around 1 o'clock. Looks like they're all ready. They've already got it set. Looks like Sean won the die roll, and they're starting up now. So
Ready to rumble. Now, this is going to be best 2 out of 3.
Yep.
So
buckle in, essentially.
buckle in, because it's about to get rowdy.
Mainly because I haven't eaten lunch yet. It's almost 1 o'clock. Brutal.
Just adjusting some positioning.
So he opens up with the stare down. Interesting situation. I definitely think overpowering attack is the call there. Blue Neck Beam doesn't really hurt Ginyu in any way, and Wall Breaker doesn't hurt him. Especially the blue.
Oh, both players agreed 1 game. So we are just doing 1 game here.
Oh,
this is not best 2 of 3. This is a blue Ginyu versus blue Piccolo, straight up. All them marbles. Winner gets to design a card.
Yeah, I guess if both players agree, you can forego the second, the best out of 3, and just play, you know, single elimination, I guess, against each other.
Here we go.
Yeah, that is kind of confusing. I'll agree with Chorted on that. You're not allowed to intentionally draw in this game, but you can agree with your opponent to change, essentially intentionally draw the next 2.
Well, it's still good. There's still going to be a winner for the match. So it's a little different, but it's still a bit odd. John Hyman powers up Nappa. Of course, not doing, being very cautious in grabbing Nappa initially and having Nappa out. It's just it's a huge deal.
All right, so he went and used his power to get birdered. I think that is the correct call. So I'm going to stop that real quick.
Now, of course, with Nappa being out, it means that Piccolo has got to get to level 2 the hard way, either by answering Nappa or just leveling up to get anger.
Double blue betrayal here.
That's an all right hand.
All right, so again, this is just going to be one of those games where blue betrayal, it makes sense. It's going to do plus 2 stages. Both on the same, so it'll do 3. Overpowering attack.
One thing we've seen here is that the blue ally builds tend to perform pretty well, and it looks like Phil McGrath's blue Piccolo deck has been really solid. That is a strong get. Looks like both players are on a disruption plan right now. Roshi's pretty solid against Ginyu. But he does already have 2 allies out, but it certainly makes it easier because all he has to do is answer those 2 allies, and then it's got to be a natural draw or an answer to Roshi. But he knows. Has Sean used his second blue betrayal yet?
I believe it was shuffled in the confrontation.
Okay, yes. Okay, so there was a game plan there. He's going to go ahead and use his mastery. Not affecting either player's anger. There you go. Here we go. Sean's going to draw up. A positioning drill out. It's got a blue dominance. Blue dominance to Ginyu level 2, especially if you're able to set up early, is going to be good. It's kind of rough, though, because most of the interaction in the game is going to be there. So if he answers that Nappa, then he can dominance up to 2 and get the Nappa right back. And that's pretty valuable.
I'm just waiting for Phil to see a blue betrayal here. And that's going to really open up the game in a way that we don't want to really... I mean, that's really good for him.
Yeah. A blue betrayal on Nappa is going to be a huge deal.
Yes, this is the finals for those who are just tuning in.
Phil is very much more set up than Sean is at present.
Another blue betrayal here is pretty awesome.
Blue betrayal
here to protect everything. So
blue betrayal for either player is actually a huge deal.
Yeah, he's going to enter blue betrayal Roshi away and be able to search through his deck to continue to pull his allies onto the field.
Yeah. Betrayal on Roshi. AT +2. So we're looking at 4 off that one. And it's going to betrayal on Nappa. And this could take a very different turn here. Everyone, is the stream quality all right? If we still got everything up,
yeah, I believe everything's fine.
Showing on our end, but I see some people in comments saying that it was weird.
I know this camera just shakes. So, does we have a viewer count for us right now? I don't want to change the slide right now to double check it. $162.
162. That's 169. Previously, that's our new high. So go team. Thanks everybody for watching. By the way, if you're just tuning in, this is finals for the Dragon Ball Z Worlds Qualifier at Gen Con. Winner of this, of course, is going to be able to design a card. And they are all into Worlds at present. So each of these players is already in a pretty good spot from a prize.
Do you know what the cash prize is for these players?
I'm not sure what the cash prize on this one is. Let me double check that for you. actually not seeing any information there on their website either.
I'm sure it's already in chat.
Yeah. I'm certain that it's already in chat. Ooh, we got to 171. Go team! Everybody lend me your energy for a spirit bomb.
Just kind of making a decision here.
Build a graph deep in the tank. I know that blue betrayal is beautiful.
Yeah, they are having qualifiers in other countries. Yes.
Yeah, there are I believe there's qualifier in Australia for the Australia-New Zealand group.
Also Canada, for sure, right?
I think there's a Canadian qualifier, and I think there may actually be. Is there a South American one? It's essentially going to be a world tournament along the lines of the winner of the Super Bowl being crowned the world champion. Worlds is going to be a pretty big tournament as far as the actual type of play, but it's actually going to be a little tiny tournament for the most part. But it's going to be pulled from all the regionals and all the qualifiers to help fill that out. As far as regionals, I know that we are streaming the Charlottesville, Virginia regional next weekend.
A few others.
On August 8th, and I think we're actually covering Kansas and Kentucky as well. So Next Level Z will be able to provide coverage of those. If you are involved or planning a regional and you don't have someone lined up for coverage, let us know, because we'd be more than happy to help out. Right now in finals, again, we have Blue Ginyu versus Blue Piccolo. The other decks that were in top four were Black Ginyu and Orange Ginyu.
Very diverse top four.
Yeah, it was all the colors of Ginyu, and then Blue Piccolo. The blue Space Dad is holding out here. He has got a wonderful spread of setups on board right now, and Nappa has been removed previously by a blue betrayal, so this whole game...
it's kind of a situation where you're going to see Piccolo do okay, though. Right? But there's a potential for Ginyu to just get a really explosive combat and win it out here. And Blue Ginyu does have that potential.
Draining Blast, I believe, says you may pay any number of stages, and for each set of 2 stages you paid, it does
1 card.
plus 1 life card. So you can Draining Blast for an odd number. You're basically burning that stage. So it's a decent way in case he has, let's say, a stage he wants to spend.
Or he's at 5 above.
Or he's at 5 above. So there's no reason to really... He was at 4 above 0, though.
Okay, well then, yeah, we just do...
There's just no reason to expend that extra stage because you're spending resources.
Draining Blast technically is a free energy for 4.
Yeah. You can also Draining Blast for 4 life cards for no stages. So that's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Who wants
absolutely.
to send a contact to our email address about that? Any sort of regionals or tournaments that want to be hosted by us, please do contact us.
Yeah, shoot an email to nextlevelz@gmail.com. If you're interested in that, we'll be more than happy to talk it through, see what we can do. We want to make sure that we provide coverage, and we want to make sure that we're constantly improving our coverage and getting better. Thank you guys very much for the support and the interest. Both of these decks are kind of playing passive, and this is a good, thoughtful game of DBZ. Both of these players are trying to make sure that they consider any move that they need to. There's no time limit on the round, so it's important that each of these plays go through correctly. Because at this point, it's a $500 spread between what they're winning, as well as the rights to make an awesome card, or at least help design it.
Blue Betrayal. They should just make another Blue Betrayal. Just so Blue can...
This is Sean's just trying to work his way, I think, into getting his allies out there on the board. But having that dominance available to then pop up when he needs to start recovering is going to make a huge deal. Based on what we were told in chat, it looks like there was a cash prize associated with this. We're going to verify that for you real quick, though. I know that there's at least someone winning a right to make a card, so that's pretty sweet. Looking at the prize structure real quick. Actually, I don't know that there's a cash prize for Gen Con. I think that it's literally
solely for regionals.
Solely for regionals. So regionals carry a cash prize, and Gen Con does not. Worlds does carry a cash prize, though, so each of these guys is in the running for that. Well, they all get that play set of spheres, which is kind of a cash prize. We're up to Ginyu 2. It's a blue terror. I think we all have some idea of what he's going for here. And there it is.
Blue Terror is a dumb card.
It's a real good card. The Monkey Chomp Blue Betrayal, as we're going to call it as of right now. It's a wonderful game we're getting right here.
Yeah, unfortunately, the finals is blue versus blue, so the hype levels are all low.
The hype, it's very subdued. Especially, well, I think one thing we're seeing here is we're seeing a more pensive level of play than we were seeing from the other players. Throughout the tournament, it seems like as we've gone through, people have got more thoughtful about what they're doing, but that generally comes with the stakes getting higher. And then, of course, in the top cut, there is no time limit, so people are able to take as much time as they feel they need to make a decision. It certainly helps get everything moving forward there.
Yeah, I mean, it would absolutely be to Sean's benefit to end this game quicker, but unfortunately, it seems like Phil has just got all the answers yet again.
Phil has drawn quite well. He's in Did a great, like, having head knock to counter Ginyu's level 2's anger gain, having blue betrayal to then remove an ally, having time to stop his attacks, and then lunar beam. I mean, he's pretty set up as far as assembling the board and the engine that he needs to be very active in keeping this game under control. And both players have lost their biggest pieces of disruption to blue betrayals from the other party. Sean hit Philip's Roshi with a blue betrayal. Philip hit Sean's Nappa with a blue betrayal. So both decks are just kind of free to do what they're going to do for the most part. So I think the net result is going to be a more interactive game.
Yes, absolutely. Find out next turn on Dragon Ball Z.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Next plays a sphere. Lookout drill triggers, stops the mill. Attack goes through. Phil looks like you go ahead.
Someone's about to lose an ally.
Yeah. One thing that Phil has done a really good job of is playing very conservatively and not pulling allies out that he doesn't need to, because as Sean spends his blue betrayals on other cards, if he elects to, then Phil basically gets to put an ally out and keep it so long as he doesn't lose it to a crit. And even if he loses it to a crit, he's got lunar beams. He's got all kinds of ways to recur that card.
Yeah, this is just going to be a very attrition-based game. They'll be hitting each other for very small amounts of numbers, and it's just not going to be as action-packed as we've seen in some of our other games.
The one with the ape and Goku on it is a blue betrayal. It's the promo that came out. It was awarded to the top 8 competitors today. That blue betrayal promo is really pretty. It's old ape chomp. All right, so betrayal actually took out the positioning drill.
I think that's fine. Positioning drill just adds a level of rejuve that he doesn't want to have to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to lose the head knock to a energy attack here, potentially.
So betrayal on his positioning drill. Both players are trying to remove as much card advantage as they can from the other party. Seems relevant.
Much anger, such wow.
As we have official confirmation from Richie. It is just that they get to make a card. There is no cash prize for this.
We start to see the decks dwindle down as well.
Yeah, it's definitely winding down here as far as the game goes. Phil is presently deciding which card he wants to discard. He's going to ditch the Lunar Ray.
Dominance and a key buildup.
Dominance and a key buildup. Interestingly enough, is there? He's had his hand revealed this whole time, and a mental drill just hit play.
No, he just moved it.
Okay, I was about to say I was like, is Phil just that? Like, I don't care.
It doesn't actually change it. Lucky, Guy, Dominance, pass.
Oh man. And rejuvenate 2. 1, 2. And here we go. This is the same engine that gave him the attrition he needed to pull it out last game.
This is against a very different deck, though.
Yeah.
They're playing at very similar strategies.
Well, that's the thing. Like that's the sort of thing that's going to have a bigger impact in this game because he's going to be recurring cards so much. The set 1 MPs are very good. We did in the top cut have Garlic and Wheelo, but everything else was a set 1 main personality.
14 of the 16 decks represented were set 1 personalities.
I think the biggest fear when designing was just they were afraid of making another Ginyu, and I think that as a result, we just got there's a pretty significant margin, I think, between Ginyu and Piccolo and the rest of the personalities in the game. I think that this will result in people playing versions of these decks, and I think that ideally it will lead to people building decks and playing decks that are good against these. But I also don't think that that's not something people have been working on for the longest time. I think that since set 1, people have been trying to find decks that are consistent and good against these while able to hold their own through a tournament. But I think that this is also the longest DBZ tournament that's happened, isn't it?
What do you mean?
At 8 rounds.
8 rounds when it cut to day 2? Yeah.
Yeah. So
at least since old Z.
I think we're going to wind up with an interesting season. I think at the end of the season they'll begin to evaluate the merit of, changing anything as far as these cards go. But who knows? There may still be something that's going to perform well. Namekian Slug was good. Namekian Slug made it into top. Nappa did make it into top Garlic and Wheelo. That is correct, Yeti.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Nappa did make it a blue Nappa deck. I forgot all about Nappa because he's not a real person.
Blue Nappa. If there had been a second Nappa deck, we would have had our very own Chad of Next Level Z shave a portion of his beard and eat it. So that was cool.
Sorry, I was looking at the top 8 decks when I called that out.
Yeah.
This game is so exciting that I'm so terribly entertained.
Yeah, Ginyu level 1 should probably be restricted to Ginyu Force allies, and Piccolo level 2 should not do 9 million things. Also, 182 people. This is it's a new record for us. If you guys have friends that are interested in this game, let them know that we are broadcasting this finals match. I'd say we're probably.
I would not tell a new player to watch this. They'd be like, oh, this looks intimidating, and I don't really have any interest in playing it.
That's the thing. Isolation is a card that we did not see at all today. And I think that there is merit to that card. I think that it's got some value to it. So
yeah.
It just doesn't slow down some of these decks. I don't know.
I don't know. I've not really ever been a fan of Isolation. Unfortunately, Sean's pretty much forced to pass here, really. I don't really see him wanting to do anything with Ginyu's power, and then, that opens up a blue narrow escape, which rejuves 2 cards, so he can essentially just stack. Phil can stack his deck with his narrow escapes, and that's not really in a position where Sean wants to be. So I would not be surprised here if he just passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the camera is moving, unfortunately. I don't know why it's doing it. Someone's probably just standing next to the match and bumping into it back. So we do apologize for that.
I think Death Blow is a card that has some value, but I feel like the format doesn't have enough anger in it right now, aside from like the red Garlic deck. So if that picks up, Death Blow may see more play, but I think Pulverize is a better card in the current format.
This is a really interesting decision here for Sean to actually go in and try and do something here.
Sean has got a very powerful turn set up if there is a block light hand, but right now it doesn't appear to be the case for Phil. I think Phil is sitting comfortably on that, but he's going to have to. I would be surprised if he entered combat with that hand.
You got key build up. Just a good dominance, put more drills in. Probably just pass though.
Sonny, right now, based on what we're seeing, it looks as though it's probably somewhat evenly paced.
I mean, these decks are so defensive, and a game like this is a game where you'd end up in time usually in the normal format. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm kind of hesitant to play a blue Ginyu deck. I'd rather just win or lose rather than get stuck in time games.
I think if you were to play a blue Ginyu deck, you'd have to be experienced enough to know when to be aggressive with it. And I think that some people may be playing blue Ginyu that go in and don't really make that read at the right time, and it'll slow them down.
The blue card that put Visiting the Past on the bottom, that is a great addition. It actually saved him probably a terrible combat coming up.
As you can see, Sean's deck is getting a little low. Blue Mental Drill. So both players, all information is known to us at this point.
Yeah, well, Piccolo doesn't have to do many attacks, unlike Sean. So Piccolo's more just sitting on his level 2 and taking advantage of the game.
Who loves Heat Tap Soda? Trunks loves Heat Tap Soda.
So he's got potentially 6 attacks available to him right now. 7 if you count Raccoon. This might be a turn where Sean goes, because that's a lot of attacks. I mean, the blockade is relevant. Getting rid of that is definitely a requirement, but it's just so good. I mean, with 3 cards, he'll probably pass here just because he can get to a potential 8-card hand. Or 8-attack hand, saving onto the narrow escape. Yeah, so he opts to pass on the 7-card or 7-attack hand. This is kind of one of the things that you see with blue decks, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it can be a really grindy. I still think that Piccolo's power is going to be super relevant. I mean, it's great against Ginyu to begin with, but in this grindy matchup, the game just will resort to an attrition match.
We are kind of one combat away, I think, from seeing the victor. Phil can't call here. I don't. If he calls here, I would be very impressed.
Getting the deck count.
Both have about 20, 25 cards. Yep, he's gonna elect to pass this turn.
And he dropped Crushing Beam. He's gonna keep the blue guard.
Honestly, Crushing Beam would have been a great card for him to. If Sean was calling, that would have been the perfect hand to call into. Unfortunately, he gets stuck looking at setups and allies.
Oh, man. And we've got Goldo right there, rearranging. Look at them. Such gentlemen keeping everything on camera for you.
This is just a poor example of what it's like to play blue versus blue. I mean, it's gone on past the point where either one of them could do anything, and now we're just waiting for a very explosive combat, and we might see a Time as a Warrior's Tool come up when that happens. Oolong is very great to see here. Unfortunately, I think it's too late for
this confrontation
to be relevant. If he calls here with confrontation, he's still not putting himself in a good position.
If he calls a confrontation and that's the only energy block that Sean has, that could be the end of the game, though. But he's going to pass.
He doesn't have enough damage to do anything.
It's absolutely a safe call. There's blue guard, and can't get a good look at the other 2 cards. Sean's at a point where he's trying to make sure that he is able to... Blue barrier. Thank you very much, Hoffman. High five. That's a really good hand to have gotten.
So he's representing 4 blocks on his field right now.
If he uses Blue Guard for Piccolo too, he does, but he also gets to... Blue Guard is the one where you draw. So he would discard it, banish it,
Stops him with a mastery here. Some camera movement. Sorry about that. Hope no one has this sort of motion sickness going on.
We are filming on a boat, so we've got that going for you. It's interesting that we have 2 blue decks in the finals because going into the event, almost a quarter of the decks in the tournament were blue. But I think that that's more a testament to how good blue is rather than...
Yeah, I think 57 decks were blue.
Yeah, I think that speaks more as to how good blue is than simply just the law of averages pushing blue toward the top.
So now he's faced with a really interesting decision, Phil is, because he can get rid of guard and use the power and draw a card, but he could draw not a block.
He's going to cycle the guard, it looks like, and use Piccolo's power.
What will he crit away?
He's going to rejuvenate those 2. Critical effect.
It's a bold move. He's on Ginyu level 2, so whatever he crits is going right back.
I think... I don't know. He gets rid of Frieza. He draws a neck beam. And is it another betrayal?
Why did he draw 2 cards?
Because you draw one off Piccolo's power because it was stopped.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's correct. Okay, I totally forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Blue
right.
Betrayal
Yeah.
is definitely a good card to draw there.
I think he actually positioning drilled the betrayal onto the top when he stopped that attack.
Seems correct.
Yeah. Just going to rebuy that. We're going to get some anger from...
How much anger is he at now?
Sean. He gains 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got the force. The whole force is out.
Oh, this camera is.
There's definitely some nerves because I think the tripod is definitely touching the table. That is the vibe that I've been getting.
So here's where we're in a very interesting situation. Yeah, he's got key buildups here,
He's
and
gonna burn it.
It's gonna put him in a position where he's gonna have to take a bunch of damage. I don't know that Sean saw the blockade though, because he's gonna pretty much be able to stop one of them.
Is he going to use the blockade, though? That's the question.
Is Phil going to use the blockade? Yeah, I don't even know if Phil sees the blockade. I think he just noticed it right there. Like, oh, wait, I still have this. Let's not do that.
Let's check and see. So I think he's going to betrayal an ally now.
Maybe put some endurance on top.
He knows he's taking damage. I think you put endurance. You absolutely put endurance on top, I think, at this point. Because he knows he's eating the next blockade. Or he knows he's eating the next key build-up.
Uh-huh.
Did Phil just pass?
Yes. He doesn't want to do anything into blue guard, I don't think, to let him draw a card.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, and if he uses the energy attack, then he's just going to use the narrow escape. So I think you just pass. There's no reason to be aggressive there. And there it is. There's your pass.
A good laydown. I think you let Bulma go.
Keeping the barrier. Okay.
Oh, it keeps Bulma. I guess he can pretty much grab blue.
He can play Bulma and shut off. If he shuts off Betrayal, though, it shuts it off for both players. I believe. He may be going for that lethal combat. Yep, that's what I was thinking right there. Grab the energy block that he kept, and then pass and sit. I think you save that confrontation and you ship the betrayal, or you ship the narrow escape. Because if Sean doesn't draw another energy block, then this could be the end of that game. Sean's hand is key. He plays Visiting the Past, which is excellent given what he has right now. He needs that Visiting the Past. Because who loves He Tap Soda?
Wow, that sphere is absolutely crazy. It's a really good sphere, knowing that he kept the confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to contemplate calling here, too. He's getting low on cards.
He passes, and
it's a good laydown.
Rejuve.
It's just so close right now.
Confrontation, confrontation.
That is absolutely terrible. Although this man does just pull confrontation, so.
See, here's the thing. He kept an event that was a block.
He did. Well, he had no choice.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, he's far more vulnerable. Like the confrontation into the sphere is way better than keeping the event that's a block. Please lookout drill. Rejuvenates one. What is in his hand?
Looks like a Withering Fire and Dragon Ball 7, which Oolong does nothing for.
Yeah, so Oolong's in play. I don't know that you even play DB7. I think you just...
He is on level 2. He could not attack with Raccoon or Jace. I'm sure everybody else has already answered that.
Yeah,
so
nobody
just looked over. He will be leveling up his first attack, though.
Yeah, no, he's definitely... So it looks like Sean has about 7 cards left in his deck. He's going to pass and discard that Dragon Ball, I think, and send it to the bottom, as well as rejuvenate the Withering Fire. So he's going to discard, Dragon Ball goes to the bottom, and Withering Fire goes on after the rejuvenation. So that is the correct order to do that. Phil's going to draw into his hand. That is a blue betrayal. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he has to ship it, unfortunately, because the amount of energy damage that is represented. I believe we're going to see a call here.
I think that this is going to be this is the combat, but he doesn't have any blocks.
No blocks. So yeah, I don't know. This is a hard decision.
Literally, Sean can just use his key build up, and that's it. That's the game right there.
Yeah.
Or not Sean, but Phil can use his key build up. So Sean has to pass.
Yeah, he's forced to, unfortunately.
Unless one of those was a draining blast. He kept a betrayal. So. This is really unfortunate for Sean. I agree with that, Cold. He definitely should have hopped in and then just used his power and popped up to 3. So here we go. So
he's going to betrayal the key build up.
Yes, he is. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Does he not see it? He has no way to stop that attack unless I'm missing.
No, you're not. There's not like a... Yeah, this is probably it.
Yeah. That's true. He did need to remove Gohan first.
Yep.
You're correct.
That's an excellent point.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, it looks like Phil McGrath is about to win the World's Qualifier here. So guys, thanks everyone for tuning in. By the way, 194 viewers for this finals match here. We are in combat, and Phil is presently deciding how he's going to move forward. Okay, so he took it, and then does Phil see his key build up?
He's got an overpowering attack and same, just the same.
So he used Piccolo's power.
No,
I think he discarded the betrayal to stop the attack.
Seems right.
Or something.
No,
what just happened?
he definitely took the damage from the betrayal.
Okay. Four more viewers, guys. Come on, let's get to 200 to watch this game end. Come on.
Yeah, this is actually just a dire situation, unfortunately. I mean, he definitely does this. He goes up a level. He chooses not to use his power.
No,
Interesting.
It's going to be an energy combat, so he's going to grab those cards.
Yeah, blue key build up.
I think he just put 3 cards on top off Narrow Escape, though, didn't he?
He did. He has blue biting drill in play.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Stopped an attack. There we go. All right. Key build up for 7. 1. This is going to be... Endurance is going to be what breaks this, and I don't think it's there. There we go.
Yep, Phil McGrath.
Phil McGrath is the winner. Phil McGrath takes it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for watching this and being part of it. And we're just going to call it 200 because we're at 199. That's how I feel about it. All right, so Blue Piccolo has taken down 2 major events already now. How does everybody feel about that?
Yeah, how do you guys feel about Blue Piccolo running away with 2 events back to back? Yes, you did, Based God Troll. You did.
Hello. One second.
Right. So, everybody, I do want to say thank you on behalf of everyone at Next Level Z for tuning in. Now, we're going to be having some content. I believe we're going to try and get one of them to basically talk to us because we like people. People are good. So, again, my name is Logan. Again, Brindle's Bacon, Next Level Z. Thank you very much for tuning in. As far as everyone's reactions, what did you guys think of that tournament? What did you think was going to run away with that? Any ideas? No new feedback. Nothing. Oregon didn't count. Scrub Central said the Nick AP. I don't know. I mean, I think Blue Piccolo. If the results there were somewhat in line with what we saw here, there was for the most part. I think we are going to see a lot of Blue Piccolo. There's going to be people going out there. It's just what happens. Blue dominance decks, I think, are very, very, very valuable. But that's the thing. Kami and Piccolo 2 is really, really, really good. Being able to just keep rejuvenating, it makes a huge difference. Patrick's got to head out, but I'm going to stick around, have some comments, talk to you guys. You thought we were beautiful? You're beautiful. So, I don't know. What did everybody think? Did you enjoy watching the stream? Did you enjoy the matches? I think there were some misplays, but I think that misplays are something that happen literally in every game. And even if when you're on stream, everybody's going to watch them. If you have 100 people watching a game, everybody's going to identify things as misplays. There was some game state errors. There was some situations in which people just didn't keep things together that basically should have stayed together. But overall, I think that it went all right. Basically, as far as Blue Piccolo goes, we're going to try and get deck lists for everything. We're going to have them ideally up on the site within the next day or so. We're going to be doing some write-ups and in-depth analysis as well, I think. As far as the actual format itself, it seems like we kind of all anticipated where this was going to go. It is not 2 of 3 tower. Both Ake and the players agreed to doing a best of 1 for the finals match. So Phil McGrath takes it down with a victory over Sean Heineman in the finals. So Phil McGrath gets to basically put that together. And yeah, each player that qualifies for Worlds does get a play set of Alt Art Spheres based on what we've seen and what we've been told. So that's pretty exciting stuff. We'll see where this goes from now. I do want to say, though, thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Again, this is Next Level Z, and we're going to be sending it out. If you have any questions or anything, send us a message on Facebook, right on our wall. Feel free to go to our website as well in the comments section. Let us know. I do want to say, though, thanks very much, everyone, for tuning in. Be sure to follow us. We're going to be doing coverage next week from the End Games in Charlottesville, Virginia, of their regional there. So it's back to back to back as we continue on the road to Worlds. So anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful day. And again, thanks for tuning in.